Yeah, so I started a recording also. Next. So next one is workgroup is completed. Now we'll go to the domain. Okay, so what is this domain? Active Directory domain. So there is a, whenever you comes to the Active Directory domain, there are a lot of statements you will get it. The first one is when we are saying difference between workgroup and domain, these statements are compulsory. Centralized administration. It means there is a central server, so it will administrate. Okay. Central server is there. There is a central server is there. The central server we called here it is domain controller. The central server we call that one as a domain controller. It is nothing but a server. Okay. Centralized administration. Okay. So we can apply things. Okay. Or policies, whatever the name you use. So policies. Yes. Yes. I put a policy. So what are the things you put it here? So it's policy or policies. Okay. You can apply policies to users and computers from central server only. That is called a domain controller only. Domain controller from your central server only. Okay. We have a account. The local account is there in a work group, right? So here it is central administrator. Administrator, your domain administrator. Domain administrator is admin for all computers and users in domain. So that is very important. So central administrator, central admin, the domain admin, central administrator or domain admin is an administrator for everyone. Okay. When here it is, we'll see here it is in this picture. Small changes I want to make it. So same thing. Yeah, so we have to change few things here. We have to remove few things. I will save as. I don't save it. So I will have to save as. Okay. Okay. It's okay. Leave it like that. So Control Z. Okay. So same thing, but this is bigger. Why big? Because it's a server, right? The symbolic representation of server is it's a big server. That's it. Because a lot of big symbolic representations are there, so be careful when you are using. So this is my domain controller. This is my domain controller. Okay, domain controller. It means the role here we use ADDS, Active Directory Domain Services. Okay, so this Active Directory Domain Services is having a database. Having a database. When it is come to the domain, guys, again, domain means AD domain. Another abbreviation is also there. So first of all, we'll go to that one. Again, AD domain, that is means a logical administrative boundary. Logical administrative boundary of users and computers. A logical administrative boundary of users and computers. That's the first thing. Next. What is Active Directory? What is Active Directory? Common questions again. What is Active Directory, or what is Active Directory domain or domain database? Okay, so that's a common question, right? So what is Active Directory? So some people, Active Directory means it is a Microsoft service from uh, Windows Server 2003. Okay, like this. Some people put this type of kind of stuff. Okay, it's okay because ADDS is a service from 2008. Okay, like this is there. So this is some people, but I'm not going to that one. So what am I doing is Active Directory database. For me, important is Active Directory database. Stores user identity of user group computer services services users groups computers. You can put a SS also because multiple things are there as services, and resources stores information of user identity or identity of users, identity of groups, like that. Computers, services, and resources. And also Active Directory. Also Active Directory is a one service is there. Okay. Directory do authentication service. Authentication services. Active Directory to authentication service. Okay. So the service name is a different names are there. Okay. So Active Directory also do authentication service. It means when user and computer log on to network. So that's the word is like a network. It means whenever user is logging to the computer, automatically Active Directory is authenticate the user. So simply say Active Directory authenticate user when user log into domain computer. Okay, so domain computer. So when user is login and is getting authenticated. Okay, when user log into domain computer. So this is the about your Active Directory domain. Okay, logical administrative boundary, and it is Microsoft services. Okay, it is a database of identity of users, groups, computers, and services and resources. Okay, also it is authenticate when user is login. Next, that's ADDS database name is also there, NTDS.DIT. Okay, the database name is NTDS.DIT. NT means new technology, guys. Whenever you see a Microsoft, when you see a Microsoft, compulsory NT means new technology. NTFS, new technology file system. Windows NT, Windows new technology. Okay, so new technology directory service, directory information tree. Okay, directory information tree. So that is a NTDS.DIT, new technology directory service, directory information tree. These are a very basic terminologies, names, kind of stuff. There's so many things are there. I'm not going with that one. Anyway, there is a very important points also there. Of course, information tree. Okay. Next, when Active Directory authenticates, so authentication service is there. Okay. So authentication service name is Kerberos. Authentication service or a protocol. This is exactly say a protocol. Okay. What I'm saying, that is KERBROS. This is called Kerberos. KERBROS. Kerberos authentication protocol. Each protocol may have a port number. So right. So this the port number is 88. Remember that one. Port number of Kerberos is 88. LDAP. Port number 389. Okay, 389. Okay, so LDAP is also a authentication, but Kerberos is Microsoft domain controller Kerberos authentication protocol. Okay, so mainly we use a Kerberos authentication here, but in Windows server we use both protocols, mainly Kerberos authentication protocol. There are a few more things are there. Okay, so I said there is a few more points are there, but I'm not going anything. Just only one point I want to tell. Because already I shared a video. That video contains what is the tree, what is the child, what is the DOM, all those kind of stuff are there. But I want to tell one short here, because guys, you are able to, you should learn. We are going to learn about a SCCM. So SCCM is an application on server. SCCM is an application on the server, means on server you have to install that application in the Active Directory environment. In the Active Directory environment you have to install that application, not in the Active Directory server. So remember that one. So when you are installing it, there's a few changes you have to do it. So compulsory you must know Active Directory environment. Okay, so that's why I'm telling few things are important. When you are here that time, it should not be new to you. That's why I'm telling. Okay, so it is not. I'm not going to different kind. Okay, so Active Directory partitions are there. Active Directory partitions. Active Directory database having a partitions database. So what is a partition? What is the database name? NTDS.DIT. Okay. It is almost like a 1 month course for Active Directory. Will take at least 15 days time. Okay, minimum PR to give. Okay, partitions of and is schema partition. Okay, configuration partition. This is very important. Configuration configuration partition. Okay, domain partition. Okay, next application partition. Okay, guys, it is a domain controller, not just a domain controller. It's a totally a forest. Entire enterprise architecture depends upon your Active Directory database. Okay, so it depends upon your entire enterprise. Enterprise means total organization, like Tata Group is there, like Savantis. Okay, so we have a lot of multinational companies are there, different type of sectors are there, but every sector in one organization comes under single schema, that is 70 schema. Okay, all our CEO is a one CEO only. Okay, like that. So it's a schema configuration. Okay, schema partition, configuration partition, domain partition, and application partition. You can change these settings also, possibility is there. Okay, I will if I possible I will try to show you that one also. I will show you how to setting how to do the setting. Okay guys, this is about your Active Directory basic database. What is that domain kind of stuff? I will give you some explanation. So what is the benefit of using this one? But before that one, what is this database, guys? Here is I have a 4 pieces. For example, now I want to join each one. Initially, there are in a work group. Now I want to add these pieces. Guys, this is the PC name. This is the local account. This is local account. This is the PC name. So remember both the things. Okay. So this is the PC. This is a local account. So I'm adding a PC here. I'm adding a computer to a domain. So what happened in my domain? So what happened? So look at here. In my domain is having a list of PCA. Okay. PCA, PCB. Added a PCB also. Then I added a PCC also. PCC added 3 PCs. I added. Okay. Next. I'm adding a users here. So my username is user1. So U1. So I have to type so many things, right? U2. U3. U4. U5. Okay. We can, yeah, 5 is enough. Okay. Like this, I added the first point. The first point is, so in a domain, what it will do? It is a logical administrative boundary of users and computers. Okay. The next point is stores information of users, groups, computers, services, and resources. Okay. So we'll see that one, what it will stores. It's storing use computer information, and I added a users. I didn't add this user. We can't add this user. We can't add this user to here. Okay. If you add like that, it is become a separate one. Okay. Okay. So like this, I added some users. Okay. This is first thing. So Active Directory stores user information, computer information, resources. What is this resources? Resource means like here it is printer is there, no? The printer information. Okay. For example, my printer name is PR1. Okay. My printer name is, for example, printer1. Resource information. A service information also there. Okay. So what I'm going to say is, guys, for example, user1 is trying to log in. Okay. Here, for example. So user1 is trying to log into PCA. Where is user1? In the domain controller. In the domain controller, user information is there. But where he want to log in? PCA. So you put a user1 and the request is going to domain controller, because of you are in the domain, your name is in domain, and this is the domain user. It go to this one here. User1 is there. Yes. Is the password is correct? Yes. Then domain controller will give you one information, that is, yes, username password is authenticated. Username password is got authenticated. So you are allowed to access. Okay. Same thing. User to log in here. For example, user to log in here. So user to put username user2, then request go to the domain controller. In domain controller, verify U2 and the password. Then domain controller will tell you, yes, you got authenticated. Okay. So then you can able to access. That's it. There is a few more things are there, but I'm telling, once you got authenticated, you can. So how? Because your username and password stores in the central server. So central server can able to authenticate username and password. User A, same thing like, so user 1, sorry, don't forget about user A, that is local account. User 1 is trying to log in PCA. User 2 trying to log in PCB. I'm logging user 3 in PCB. Same story. Request go to central server. User 3 and password will be verified here. And your domain controller will tell you you got authenticated. Now you can able to access. Yes, understand the story or not? I told a lot of story without asking you anything. But last point I'm asking. Do you understand where is the user and where you log in?
Through domain.
Very good. Okay, understand the concept, right? So user is information stored in domain controller. I log into my PCs. Okay, now again, so we'll go back. Today completed. Today work is completed. Now tomorrow. Not tomorrow. What happened tomorrow? We'll see. User 4 came first and log into PCA. And user 3 log in to this PC. Again, same thing, 1, 2, 3, right? Yeah, user 3 log in here. User 1 log in here. No problem, because user information not in the individual PCs. User information stores in central PC only. Same story, user 4 login, request go to Active Directory, authenticate. Yes, you got authenticated. Same thing, user 3 login and go to domain controller, asking for authentication, domain controller authenticate, so you can able to access. Same goes for user 1, okay, and it will be able to authenticate. So this is the story. So you can log into any PC without asking anyone. So user 4, user 3, for example, user 2. Can I log in here? User 1 can able to log in a DPC? This is the main question. Can user 1 can able to log into PCD or not? Look at the database and tell me. User 1 is a domain user, can able to log into PCD computer. Can or not? In both the situations, yes or no? Yes means can able to log in, no means cannot able to log in. Yes means why, no means how. Or anything, why or how, whatever it is. I need a any explanation. Anything you can tell. Is this user can able to log in to this PC or not? Look at the database. This is my database. I'm just waiting. Any answer? No problem.
No, sir.
No means cannot log in. Okay.
Cannot log in.
Anybody is having yes answer? Okay. No means then why? Why? User 1 cannot able to log into DPC. Any explanation? Any explanation? No.
Because
Yeah.
user 4 is only connected to user D. User 1 is connected to user D, sir.
Don't look at user D. This is local users. There's local users. So we are whenever
Okay,
in a
user one is
domain,
connected to PCD, sir.
you are missing one point here. Good. Anyway, very good. Okay. So in this database, PCA is in database or not? Look at the database. Look at the database. PCA in the database or not? Here is
Yes.
this. Yes. PCB.
Yes.
PCC.
Yes.
PCD.
No.
No. Very good. Okay. So PCD information not available in the my database. I don't know who is PCD. So how my user can log into PCD? Okay, that is the thing. Okay, user D is a local user and he can able to log in, but user one is a domain user. Domain users can log into domain computers only. Guys, understand the scenario? Domain users can log into domain computers. Who is the domain controller? Those who are in my domain database. Okay, that is the thing. Understand, guys? Domain users can log into domain computers, cannot log into others. So obviously no login. Obviously user one cannot log in here. That's why it is a logical administrative boundary. Logical administrative boundary. What is the boundary here? Actually I have to put a like this. Okay, but problem is like this. I have to put a line. I got a problem is like it is cutting somewhere. Okay, so this is our logical administrative boundary. And here it is, the printer is outside of my boundary. So what I will do, I will cut that one and I will put somewhere. Okay, so I will cut that one and I will put somewhere. Graphic designing. Join this one. Join this one. Put it in this boundary, not happening here like this. Okay. First of all, we have to cut it. Everything is in same network only. Network is same logically and as well as physically. The network is same. But problem is there are not in the domain or there in the domain. So that is only one thing we have to look at. Okay, by network, all are in the same network only. Now logically same network. Okay, logically network is same, but logically same domain. There are three in the same domain. This is outside of my domain. Outside of my domain. Guys, simply to understand, when you are joining a political party, for example, A political party, B political party. Okay, A is a one political party, B is a another political party. You are a member of a one political party, so you cannot access other political party kind of stuff, right? So your political party having some policies. Okay, I created one political party. The policy is always you should tell a lie. Okay, or another political party is always never speak a truth. Okay, so it's like policies are different, so I have to follow my party policy, right? So like that. So domain is also same thing. What are the policy I created here? The policy will apply to every users and computers in the network. For example, already I told about a basic thing. Yeah, I have to start these machines. Guys, this is my server and this is my client. Okay, both are I'm starting at a time. Okay, this is 2 GB, 2 GB. Okay, wait. Next, guys, every PC having a firewall. Okay, internal firewalls are there, right? I want to push a firewall policy, or I want to say the desktop should not be by like this messy. Okay, so user should not create a data on the users in my domain should not create a data on the desktop. Users cannot delete the files. Users cannot change their desktop background. Cannot change the desktop background. User needs some application. I will deploy some application to user. Like I create a policy centrally. I create a policy centrally and apply the policy to each and every PC in the domain. Those who are outside of my domain, they won't get the policy. They won't get the policies. Okay. And also, of course, we discussed about a printer also earlier in the work group. Okay. That is also through the group policy, I can deploy this printer information to each and every PC. Through the group policies, I can deploy the printer information to each and every PC. Or things. Okay. For example, I have a storage. Okay, so individual use are very difficult to access the storages. For example, there is a centralized storages, two type of centralized storage. One is NAS, another one is a SAN. For example, you want to access the storage like a shared folder through the network. So individually it is very difficult. So I'm an administrator. I will easily tell. So this particular user can able to access like a permissions. You can able to give access permissions kind of stuff. Centralized. Okay. So what are the benefits of domain? Here it is. What are the not the benefits of user can log in to any system or a PC, any PC. Active Directory user, okay, always Active Directory, any PC. Any PC means compulsory domain computers or AD computers. Domain users or domain AD users, AD computers or AD domain computers are same, okay. Log into any PC, okay. Not a local policies, centralized policies are applied. Centralized policies. Okay. Policy or policies applied to all users. Computers in domain. Okay. User authenticated by domain controller. Domain controller. Very easy to share resources and authentication and authorization. Means authentication or authentication and authorization. Authentication and authorization. authentication and authorization. Okay, so domain controller authenticate you and authorize you the access kind of stuff. Like you want to access the printer, you want to access the computer, you want to access the storage. Okay, so domain controller will give you authentication and as well as authorization kind of stuff. Okay, again guys, as I told earlier, it has become again story. So what I'm going to say is, we'll see that one, how it is happens. Okay, already I showed in a work group how it is look like. In a domain also I will try to show you. So this is my domain controller. Domain controller. My domain name is contoso.com. My domain name is contoso.com. Password correct. admin@123 is my password. Okay. This is my domain controller. Yeah, it will load. It will take time. That is my Windows Server 2019. Okay. So this is my Windows 10. Okay. This is already domain user. Okay, it is already a domain user is there. So whether you are a domain user or a local user, I will show you directly by creating some user. Okay, so when I click on other user, you can see sign into contoso.com. Sign into Contoso. Contoso means my domain name, my NetBIOS domain NetBIOS name. Okay, so when I put a username and password, it means request go to server here and it is authenticated and then authorized by this server only to log into this client PC. Guys, I'm clicking like this. It may give you confused. Look at here. Win S1 means server. Win C1 means client. Client means your Windows 10 only. So Windows Server is starting. Okay. PCs are little slow is compared to other. Okay, so this is my server. This is my domain name. You can see my domain name. This is my computer name. This is my domain name. This is my server. Okay, so look at here. I click on this one. You can see my computer name, domain name. Change. Okay, so this is my computer name, my full computer name, member of domain contoso.com. Okay, this is my domain controller. I am in the domain. Okay, and also I will show you. This is my server, guys. Remember, okay, this is my server. Net accounts. Okay, it's a primary means it's a primary domain controller. Primary domain controller. Okay, you know host name kind of stuff already. This is so I'm not going with the DHCP DNS concept now, but look at my server. This is my client PC. The point is here. What I want to try to show you is, guys, here virtually I put a line for you. Okay. So what I do in a server, I write here. What I do in client, I will write here. See, I will add a black ink. Not visible. Okay. So I'm adding a user in the domain controller. Okay. Next, I log in domain computer. Okay. I log in with that user. Okay. So that is what we are trying to say. Okay. Here it is. First, for users management, go to tools, users and computers. So what I'm trying to do is, look at here, guys. I'm adding user in domain controller. what I'm doing, I'm adding a user in domain controller. Okay, first one. Okay, so in domain control means server side, I'm doing this one. Okay, so I'm adding user. So different type of users are there. I'm going to IT support. Guys, these are the OUs, organizational units. I created these organizational units for you. No. Already I created. So how to create a OU also I will show you, no problem. This is my domain name. Active Directory users and computers, guys. This is Active Directory users and computers. I open, go to tools like this. This I open. Okay. So don't get confused because sometimes I slow, sometimes it is faster. Okay. I'm creating a OU. What is this OU? Is organizational unit. By name itself, we can understand. We can organize the different users into different folders or containers. Like see, organizational unit. I put a here batch name is like a SCCM batch. Okay, SCCM users or admins. Anything you can create it. Okay, I created a OU and I'll create all the users belongs to that one. I can create here. You can look at. I created a HROU and I create a user like a Alekia. I create IT support. I didn't create anyone. I create a developer OU. Under that one, sub OUs I created. Okay. Last class we don't have time, so then I didn't create more users there. Okay. But see, this is a HR. I created a user here, and I log in with that user here. Okay. See, same thing I'm going to do. I creating a users in this one. Okay. Just I need a username. Any user. So I'll take last name. The first people, otherwise. If I create this name, will confuse because it's so many people. Yeah. I put a Chandana. Okay. Right click. So in this OU, I'm creating right click, new. Guys, understand where I'm creating? In server. Okay. So you can put it. Anything like, the last name, you also your wish. But login name is you should give very clearly. Okay. So capital, small letters. Okay, no problem. Guys, this is called a user login name. This is also user login name, but this is one type. UPN, user principal name, chandana@contoso.com, user principal name. Okay, so I'm adding Chandana, right? Chandana. So username is Chandana, but login name is showing like this. Oh, what is my spelling? Correct only. So I changed it. Chandana@contoso.com. If you are logging to PC, you are logging to PC like this, or login to domain or email ID like this. So this is called a UPN. It means user principal name. Okay, user principal name, and also same thing. It is showing another way, right? Contoso slash Chandana. Okay, so this is called a SAM account name because of pre 2000 or 2003, before 2003, 2000 NT, we have a SAM accounts are there. SAM database we use. The earlier database name is SAM database. 2003 onwards, we are using NTDS.DIT database. Okay, Active Directory database we are using. Earlier days, SAM database we are using. Authentication is NTLM. New technology, network management, something is there. Okay. So this is SAM account. This is UPN. Both are same only, guys. Only simple is if you are in a local LAN connection, this is the login. If you are in a WAN connecting or you are connecting through some services, this is the login. Okay. So that is the account login. This is a login name, domain name, like this. Any which ways you can log in. Okay. Next. So I'm unchecking it. This one I'm not checking anything. So you can read it later once what it is. I'm giving a password. I usually without taking any risk. admin@123. admin@123. Next. Finish. See, I created a user in the server. Okay, guys. I created a user in the server. Now I'm going to client. Click on other user. Sign into contaso.com. So I can type like Chandana. Because of my server, my client is already in the domain. Already it is in domain. I'm not adding my client to domain now. Okay, it is already in a domain. Okay, how to add and all I shared 2 videos, right? So you can go through that one. Okay, username is Chandana. Password is admin@123. You can look at sign into contaso.com and you can click here. So then automatically it will log in. Or you can do like this. See, sign into gone. Contaso.com. You can log in like this. Okay, user principal name or Contaso/Chandana like this, like a SAM account name. You can log in. Either way you can log in. Important is your username is in the domain controller. You log into domain computer and you're signing into, you look at the signing into, you should sign in with your domain name only. Okay, username and domain name both are important here. One important thing is, yeah, what is my Chandana? So you put a username, password, and make sure which domain you are logging. Which domain you are logging. Okay, guys, understand where you are logging? You can log in like this, and also I showed 2 ways. Like you can use SAM account name like a login, or a user principal name like a login. Also you can log in. I click on next. Now it is, yes, it is authenticated. It is authenticated already. That's why you can see I given Chandana only, but Chandana MS/DS, that is given by domain controller only. Now you are logging with a user. So the thing is, you create a user in the domain controller and you log in into your PC. That's the thing. You create a user in the domain controller, you log in the domain PC. This is what the abbreviation of your domain or a Active Directory domain. What it is? Domain controller stores. Okay. Data in the Active Directory database NTDS.DIT. So what database? About computer information, user information, computer information, user information, groups, and other things. So like, yeah, one more I have to show, right? Computer information. See, this is the computer name. My client name is this one, WinC1. My client name is WinC1. Okay, my current user, which user I am logging, this user only. Okay, so I can able to log in. Guys, understand this concept, like creating a user, domain, and how to log into the client.
Yes, sir.
See, I successfully log in. So just wait one more minute to Check it because it's still loading. Okay, you have to little wait. Yes, it is loaded. Very good. See, username is showing Chandana. Okay, I didn't create this user in my Windows 10 PC. I create that user in the server only, but I log in the client. Okay, and you want to know about a little bit more things you want to see, so I will show you that one also. Go to control panel. To go to control panel, just control is enough. Okay, so this is the control panel. I'm going to user accounts. Okay, user accounts. So it will display a lot of user accounts, but you can see current user account is Chandana, contoso/Chandana. So I log in with the domain account only. What is my computer name? My computer name is Win7. Look at my computer name is host name is Win7. The host name is Win7. But when I log in, not showing Win7, right? It is showing Chandana only. First, what are the users I currently log in into this PC? It is searching. Okay, it is showing workstation because it's a client PC. Net users. This is the local users. You can see student 1, student 2. These are local users in my current PC. Why it is not showing Chandana or Alekia here? Because I'm searching for users in my local computer, not a domain accounts. Okay. And of course, you can see other things like manage user accounts. Okay, configure advanced user. You can see. So where I go to configure advanced user profile properties. So your domain name, username, local. What is this local? I will tell. Guys, wherever the user is login, user's profile data will be created in that particular location only. User's profile data is created in the inside that computer only. For example, user for login here, user for profile data stores in the local computer only. Okay, so what is this profile data kind of stuff? So we'll see. I click on some setting thing, manage user accounts. Immediately it is asking you need a advanced user accounts control panel. It is asking for a administrator, domain administrator account. I don't have any other accounts, only administrator name. Okay, see like this. These are the local user information only. It is showing. Okay. So is the administrator is a user only. Local administrators. Any settings, anything you want to change it, you have to take the domain controller administrator permission. Now I just click on something and I want to change something. You can't change it. You must require a domain administrator username and password. So normal user, okay, even though you log in with the user, right? So, but still you don't have any rights. You have to log in with any domain admin account. See about. Guys, I'm already added in a domain, so I have to verify am I in a domain or not. See, this is the device name. This is my full device name. See, contaso.com. It's a FQDN, fully qualified domain name. Okay. You know how to check the details. I'm going to rename this PC advanced. So see, user account control. Again, it is asking, give me your local or a admin username. Okay. To continue, enter admin username and password. Okay. You have to give your domain admin username and password. So you can look at this system properties. I'm in a domain. Earlier I showed work group. I showed my PCs in work group. Now I'm showing my PC. This is my Windows 10, guys. Don't get confused. Okay. This is my full computer name. I'm in the contaso.com. Change. See, this is a computer name Win7 and this is Win7 contaso.com. I'm in the domain of contaso.com domain. Member of a domain is contaso.com domain. You want to change your domain name, you can change your domain name, but you are not changing anything. Just you should remove from one party. First you have to resign one party, then you have to join into another one. So first of all, you have to unjoin from the domain and then only you can join to different domain. Okay, so you can't change the domain from here. Changing domain means you have to unjoin from the, you have to resign from the domain and then you have to join to another domain. Okay, member of a domain like this. So it means you are the domain computer and you are belongs to contaso.com domain. Contaso.com domain. So the users in the contaso.com can able to log into your PC. Any users in the contaso.com can able to log into this particular PC because you belongs to contaso.com domain. You guys understand the whole concept of what I'm trying to say? You create a user in the domain controller and we log in domain computer. So are you in a domain computer? Are you belongs to domain? Are you belongs to work group? That questions I put it. Now you got that answers. Where the questions are there? Like this. Are you in work group? Yes means what is your work group name? If you're not in a work group, it means you are already in a domain. Already in a domain. What is your domain name? What is my domain name, guys? Which domain I belongs to? Tell me. Tell me which domain I belongs to. Anyone? What happened? No one is telling anything. Don't feel shy. Tell me something. Which domain I belongs to? What happened? No one is speaking anything. Mainly in the second session. Guys, you have to speak, otherwise. Are you able to hear or not? At least.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, we are hearing.
I'm getting that doubt first. Yeah, tell me what is my domain?
Contaso.com.
Contaso.com.
It's the Microsoft suggested.coms. Okay. Ncom.com, Contoso.com, nwtraders.com. This is anybody can use it. You can use it. Anybody can able to use it for your personal practicals purpose, lab purpose. You can use it. Okay, that's why I use that one. Okay, Microsoft given these things. Contoso.com. Okay, I created so many things. Okay, so that's a different. Okay, so domain name is Contoso.com. This is FQDN, fully qualified domain name. Computer name and fully domain. What is my computer name? This is my computer name, my domain name. Okay, I'm not belongs to Workgroup. I'm in a domain. So any domain user can able to log into my PC. Of course, there is a restrictions. So this is what I'm trying to say. Guys, okay? Or any confusion or any doubts? Please tell me. Any doubts, guys? Please tell me. Or okay? Then I will go to the next one. So I will show you one group policy, and we can say bye bye. Or any doubts also I can able to clarify. Or any video specifically you required also I can clarify. Because I am not in your group. Okay, so I don't know. So obviously, if you are any group admin, you can add me. You can ask Sir also. Tell me okay up to now. No confused.
Okay, sir.
Okay, then. So take just relax another 5, just 10 minutes only.